Well, good morning, afternoon, night, whichever one it is that you're when you're watching this video here. So we're back at Creekside. We're going to do wall 2 here today, at least start it. As you can see, winter has set in here where we're at. There's about an inch of frost on the ground. Yeah, dirt's frozen about an inch thick. So we've got our wall laid out here. It's the face of the wall here. The grader missed the back cut just a little bit, which is no big deal. They're sending the track over. They're going to notch this little bit right here out, and that way we can get our grid and stuff in this morning. We are adding a little bit of length to this wall. This end we're going to add about 9 feet, just because the civil has this wall flat across the top. Well, there's going to be some water on top of this wall, so my engineer raises up the middle and stair steps down to each end of the wall. So when we did that, we had to add a little bit of length here. So we're going to go about another 9 feet on this end, and I believe it's 15 feet on the other end, just to kind of help with the slope and on top of the wall and not make it so steep and severe to where it'll erode out severely. We'll try to slow the erosion down by adjusting the slopes on it. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This here is this grade here is fairly close to our first grid layer. The grader did good on that. We're just a touch low in this corner here. I don't know if you can see it, but we're probably at the bottom of our gravel in that area, so we'll place some dirt in there and compact it really well and get it put in. But yeah, this is it, man. It's winter has set in on this place. It's Mother Nature's came with a vengeance on this one. So I believe we were in the 70s last week, and here it is. I believe the truck said we were at 25, 26 this morning without the windshield. So I can only imagine what it is now. Man, you would think Ford would do better with the regen system on their trucks, but anyways, so ooh, it stinks too. Ugh. Tastes horrible. There's still a little bit of cutout to do on this end. Not overly concerned about that today, because as you can see, this is the face of the wall, and we still got to cut out a little bit more for the reinforcement zone on this one. But I'm not concerned about it, because they've got a long way to go from down there. I think the total wall length is 313 feet with the added extra, so there's like an extra 15 feet here in this area. So, but yeah, I think we're ready to rock and roll on this. I'll get an update later on, hopefully. Well, here's a quick little update on wall 5 here at Creekside. Looks like it survived the hurricane for the most part, and looks like all the water went where it's supposed to go. Unfortunately, the graders took out the swell up here, but it's here. It's available if they need it. I'm almost thinking they got a little close with something up here and moved the caps. Something, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I have to walk down to the bottom and check it out, but they did get it filled back in. The slope behind it here looks like they just packed it in with the track hoe, which is fine. I mean, no big deal. So, but unfortunately they did take out the the swell we had, but it is what it is. Oh, the ground is still frozen, even though it's 10 o'clock in the morning already. So no, I guess they didn't move it any. Looks good though. Here's the swell that they had to bring down from the top up here. So they got that in there. That looks good. All this worked out really good. These grates here, a little rough, but I think they can make it work once the landscapers get to it. But yeah, I think that's pretty close right there. And, yeah, I think that works out pretty good. And it's, I don't know if you can see, but this goofy slope up to the face of the wall. And that's the way all these lots are. They all got a slope up to the wall. So everything's looking pretty good. Not sure, but I think they did bump it in this area right here from that step there back this way. Just looks a little off. I don't know. It's okay. I mean, structurally it's fine. It just looks a little off, but I think we'll be fine. But yeah, it survived the uh-oh, somebody hit that. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's a tough one to fix. Damn, they really hit the crap out of that one. Ooh, man. We'll just see what they want to do. Maybe they'll plant something in front of it. Structurally that's fine, it's just cosmetically it's ugly. So damn. But yeah, we survived the hurricane, and wall is done. All the pads are graded out. So all right, see you on the next one. Alrighty, here's a quick little Monday morning update on wall 2 right here at Creekside. I got it right the first time. As you can see, the boys got the base put in down there Friday. They put the second line in here this morning, and they put all this base in here this morning as well. So rolling right along with it. Everything's looking good. The soil's compacting really well, and yeah, other than the grader digging this down just a little bit too low, which is fine, we're making it work. We're just adding the soil back in there and compacting it and going on with it. But yeah, everything looks good. Rolling on with it. So we still got quite a ways to go this way. I think probably another 100 feet or so. So, but yeah, that's it. See how we see how far we get tomorrow. I'll get you another one in the morning. See you, bye. Alrighty, here's just a little update on wall 2 here at Creekside. So we had to change out this manhole here, and the grade is set at 73, so which is a 1.5 foot higher than the base of our wall here through this section, which is fine because there's no water supposed to come from that direction this way. So most of the water is supposed to come from that direction and where that track is sitting at. So we're gonna have to make some adjustments on the base course here. We're gonna have to go down a little bit, starting right there, start stepping it down. So we'll do that. But you can see the guys are putting in, still putting in courses down here at this end and making it work. We are at, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at course number 6 down here. Course number 4 there. So yeah, so it's going pretty good. Luckily we caught that grade change over there with that manhole there, so we can make the adjustments. I got with the grader this morning and worked out what he was going to do with the pad grades there where that traco is, and luckily we figured out that there's about a 3-foot cut where his bucket is, so we are adjusting that. And then of course we're going to adjust the bottom of our wall to make sure when he cuts that swell that way that he's not undercutting our face of our wall. So because you always want to bury a certain amount of the wall to keep the slide, to work out the slide possibilities and things like that. So that's kind of what's going on now. We're doing that, and the boys are backing in around this manhole here. So that we can make sure the base of our wall doesn't settle or anything like that. There probably will be a little bit of differential sediment just due to a pipe going through there, but not a whole lot we can do with it. So all right, yeah, that's kind of the update for this second. I'll get you another one here in a little while. Okay, here's an afternoon update on wall 2 here at Creekside. As you can see, we got 2 more lines put in. We got them backfilled at least. It took us a little while because we had to transfer dirt off the top there and then transfer it from here and then transfer it over there. So it took a little bit, but that was okay because we had this mess here going on. So we had this elevation for all of that wall, which is the bottom of that block is 7466, and they had a different top on this morning, and I was curious about it, so I talked with the grader and they said, oh no, we just stuck that top on it because they didn't have this top, which is a pedestal top. So they got the pedestal top this morning, so we swapped it out. Well, with that, you can see we got a pretty significant grade difference. So what we had to do, there's not supposed to be any water coming from that direction, so most of the water for this drop inlet's going to come from this direction. So what we had to do is drop this down one block below the top of this throat here, and basically we're going to run it out all the way to the end of the wall. We'll step it up a couple of times, but not too much, because they've got a swell from where that skid steer is up there, skid steer and dozer is up there, all the way down here to this drop inlet here. So that kind of threw a monkey wrench in things this morning, trying to figure all that out and get the grades right and everything, once we determined that this was correct. So but yeah, so but now what we're having to do is, since we've got this grade here, since we've got the block here installed, we have to cut it down because that's a grid layer there. We have to put grid in every 2 lines, 2 courses. So if we put a grid layer there, we'll have one at the bottom line of that block there when we go to tie in. So that'll keep our two grid spacings, and then of course we got 9 feet here. So yeah, that's kind of the update for today. Took a little while to get this this area here straightened out, because we had to come in here and have the grader cut it down to what pad grade is. Where the bucket of the Mini is still about a 3-foot cut right there, so to get the pad grade. So that was a good thing that we discovered that little issue there, because I really wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to it until we started shooting grades and checking things with the GPS and stuff. So yeah. And then of course make things even more interesting, we've got a pipe coming from there's a drop inlet. You probably can't see it, but there's a drop inlet right up there, just on this side of that rock, the big rocks right there. And the pipe drops at an 18% fall, so it's right in the way. pretty steep. Not a hydro engineer, whatever they are. Yeah, it's pretty steep. But anyways, so that's throwing a monkey wrench and everything as well, so we have to build roads around it and stuff. So, but yeah, that's kind of the update for today. As you can see, this is our pad grade roughly here, so yeah, there's quite a bit of cut from the wall there. And then we're gonna start stepping it up here, step it up, and then kill it off into the bank there and call it good on this one. But we just got to get there. So, but yeah, that's it. That's kind of an update on it. See where we're at and everything. So we will see you tomorrow. Alrighty, we got this little update on wall 2 here at Creekside. So you saw in the previous video we had to make some changes to the grades and such in this area here. So looks like it's working out really good as far as everything here. As soon as they cut this down to grade, it'll be more obvious of what needed to happen, and we were able to make that happen before we got too far with it. Guys are going up pretty good over here. They're kind of splitting the time between messing with the little small part and the longer part over here. So I borrowed one of the grader's track hose to open this up a little bit and raise this side up over here, so that when we reach over in behind the wall with the bobcats, we're not maxing out the bobcat's reach, and the dirt will actually get back where we need it instead of on top of the block. As you go up with the wall, these bobcats, I don't know if we have I don't know, I have to look at them, but I think the 650s have the radius arms, whereas they go up, they actually go back, and so that kind of shortens our reach out there. So, but guys are doing good. We got our 9-foot grids going on in there. They're about to start putting gravel on this section here. They had to stop for a few minutes and basically clean out the gravel pit, or the gravel behind the wall here, because like I said, when you get to a certain height with those bobcats, those are the radius arms. Yeah, those aren't the other type arms. So you see where they cleaned out the area there all the way down to the bottom, which is good. So when we go to put the gravel in there, we got, our gravel that we need. yeah, that's kind of our update for today. As you can see, this wall's got a couple of kinks in it, which is the way the surveyors laid this thing out. So it's hard to see it on the plans, but it is there that it's got these couple little crooks in it. So we did it like the surveyor had it staked. So back cut's still looking pretty good. Trim that one a little bit more. Got one guy down here. He's compacting the lower area down here where we can start bringing up another lift. We're almost above the top of that pipe that goes into that drop inlet below the wall there. So one more lift, we should be away from that thing and be able to not have to deal with it anymore. Guys are having to be super careful around it, not collapse that pipe. But yeah, that's kind of the update for today. The guys want to work tomorrow, which is fine, because it's supposed to rain Friday, Saturday. So let them have at it. Let's get a shot of the face there. Yeah, we got pretty good batter on this one. This block's a 3.5 degree batter, so we don't get much setback on it. I think it's like 1/2 inch per line, which comes out to be like 3.5 degrees of batter. So yeah, doing pretty good, rocking and rolling with it. Looking pretty good. All right, well, we'll try to get another one. All righty, here's an update for you. The guys worked through the holiday and got a little bit of work done on this wall too here. They got to come back and rearrange some of these block here, and then we'll put in our filter fabric. But I think we called that station 0 there. This is top of wall here, and the next step is top of wall for quite a ways, and then we step back up again, one more line. Everything's looking pretty good here. Not seeing anything concerning other than the wind blowing 900 miles an hour out here. Dirt's still packing really well. Back cut held up really good, so good there. They're working on filling in line over on this other side. You can see the backfill process is probably one of the most time-consuming parts of this whole build process. So we've got 3 machines jamming dirt in there right now, and getting it worked out. Yeah, buddy. So we got a step somewhere right in here that goes up one more step, one more block high. And I believe we're all in good shape after that. So we'll see. We will see. Guys are putting gravel in there. there's a drop inlet right on the other side of that mini right there, so that's the reason why the mini's throwing the dirt in that area right there, because you just can't get the Bobcat in there. So alright, well, as you can see, we're building the wall. We'll get you an update at the end, because we're pretty close to being done. So we'll get you one at the end, a final walkthrough. Okay, it's the final update for wall 2 at Creekside. We I don't have my my watch today, so yeah, November 29th. Alright, so as you can see, we put our signature berm up there and got the grade straightened out in front of the wall, so that way the grader didn't have to worry about bumping into it with his machines or anything like that, because we've been around them enough. We know how much we can touch them without them moving and getting scarred up and stuff. So told the grader we had a little time today because we had to wait on caps. We would cut this stuff out for him and get it to where he didn't have to deal with right up next to the wall. So this grade is the pad grade, and there's a swell. It's not on the plans, but there's a swell that comes down and goes into this drop inlet here, and that way the water can go in here. And then this side over here has a 2-to-1 slope in front of it. It's actually going to go 2 more feet lower that way, but I didn't need to excavate all that soil. I just wanted to get the grader enough room here that when he did come in and get that soil, he didn't have to worry about dealing with the block here, with the wall. So, but yeah, so we got one block buried here. I think so, yeah. I think it's one, maybe 2 blocks, I can't remember. But we got 9-foot grids on it. Here's our face of wall. It actually looks really good. Guys did a pretty good job. It's got 2 crooks in it, which is the way the surveyor staked it out for us, so we put them in. But yeah, you can see that this thing's got a long slope in front of it. I believe it goes out another, I don't remember, a few more feet that way before it levels out to the pads in front of the slope. So I'm not sure why they did that, but whatever. That's how they had it designed. But yeah, we got it pretty close. Now the grader can come in here. Oh, that rock was right here in that little area there too, so glad we dug it out, because sometimes they don't realize that these things are just sitting on gravel leveling pads, and you get too close trying to over excavate for rock and you'll knock the wall down. So we left it open to drain down in that pond there, which is essentially where it's going to wind up anyways. But so we put our signature berm up here because we got like tornadoes and torrential downpours tomorrow coming, so we have the berm here to keep water from coming over. It's all been packed. We don't pack the berm because it's really there just for landscaping. Leave it for the landscapers to, not the landscapers, but the people doing the grass and stuff. So they'll put grass and stuff over top of it and it'll be just fine. But yeah, it's looking really good. The sun is brutal today, so we got her knocked out before the rain hit. So everything should be in good shape as far as the wall itself. We fixed the we fixed that the best we could, the silt fence stuff. So yeah, you'll see in the you saw in the previous videos where we had to stop and reconfigure all of this base right here and drop it down and get it to a different elevation, because on the plans it shows top at, I don't know, 1074 something. Well, it didn't say that it was a that style top, so it's actually a foot lower than what they called for on the plan. So I missed it, but we fixed it. We got it all straightened out and everything's hunky-dory. So but yeah, there she is. Wall 2 is done. On to the next one.